That sun's a bit bright, isn't it? Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well and I hope you've had a wonderful week and you're ready for the weekend. Let's hope that this weather stays for this weekend. I'm excited because I'm going on a little trip with Helly Bob's tomorrow, Saturday. Then we've got to come back up to Sheffield because we're going to a birthday party on Sunday. So I get to spend all weekend with Helly Bob's, which I'm very excited about. I spent the night last night on this sort of industrial estate area. I love it here. It's got fields on one side and it's really peaceful at night, and there's a few vans come so you feel safe, you know, like safety in numbers, and they all seem a good bunch, these van lifers that stay up here. So I love it here, but I don't want to spend too long in the same spot, so I like to move about a lot. What we're going to vlog about today, I have no idea. I've had a few suggestions. We're going to go on a walk. We'll go on a little walk. So I like to do a bit of walking every day. Oh, listen to me. I'm just trying to... I spend hours in back of this van editing, and it's starting to cause me problems with my neck and my back because I'm sort of hunched over. So I need to sort that out. I need to raise the computer so it's more at eye level. And I need to do some exercise every day. So today, again, I'm just going to go for a nice walk through a lovely village, and I'm going to take you with me. A fantastic village, which you wouldn't believe existed in the place where it is. If you know, wait till we get there, but if you know the area, you'll say, oh yeah, we know about that, but a lot of people won't know about it. Anyway, I like your comments and I love your suggestions, so I want to sort of interact more with those. The food review, the M&S, that did all right. It didn't do as well as the KFC one at this time yet. And it's funny, that KFC, I know I talk a little bit about money, but some of you are interested in how much money you can earn. I'm not going to do figures anymore, but the KFC, yeah, it's paid for that meal, put it that way, and some. It could have bought probably 4 of them meals, so, you know, that gives you an idea. The M&S one's not doing as well, but, you know, because it's salads. Nobody wants to do salads, but a few people enjoyed it. And I'm always asking you for ideas what to do. Do you know what? Somebody said... oh gosh, it was Matt, I think. I seem to remember Matt saying he watches Atomic Shrimp and he does positive comments. And we've had a comment this morning. I'll just read this to you. So we're doing positivity. We're not going to do negativity anymore. So this is on the main channel. We put the hike up last night, that walk around Levenham. Let's see, is that reflecting on my glasses? I need to get some proper glasses today as well. I keep losing them. It's ridiculous. So this is Janet Edwards. If you haven't watched that hike video, I know they're really niche. They don't get as many views, but we're in a situation where the people that like them videos absolutely love them. And if they're not your cup of tea, then don't watch them. But this is Janet. She's put, what a wonderful video. Thank you both so much for taking me on another of your adventures. Such beautiful countryside. Bless you both. I so appreciate your friendship. That's exactly how you make me and fellow subscribers feel. And that's a lovely comment, that, Janet. I don't know if you're on this channel, but... and we found that a lot of subscribers on the main channel, again, there's a lot of people that have got mobility issues. We've got a few people that are sort of disabled and getting on in advanced years and stuff. And they love to see the countryside. So that motivates us to do those videos. We love doing them. So yeah. Who else commented? Somebody commented about doing book reviews. Now, I used to read a lot. I've got to admit, I don't read as much now because everything's more... well, I'm always working, I'm always editing and stuff like that, but when I want to go to sleep on a night, I will read a little bit, and I normally only get like a couple of pages and then I fall asleep. So they've asked me to talk about what books I'm currently reading. I've bought 2 second-hand books. These were like £3 each. So I'll show you what I've got. This one is called How to Read Buildings. I love architecture. I know a right little bit, really basic things about architecture. But this book is great. It categorises everything. It's got all illustrations, you know, from doorways to arches to windows. So when I'm vlogging, when I'm out there with Helly Bob's and I see a building, I'll be able to come across, oh, look, that's French Gothic, whatever. So I got that book. And then I got this one, The English Civil War in 100 facts. Because what we found is all these places that we keep going to, there's always like Civil War links. So I thought, oh, I'll brush up on that. I can be an expert on the Civil War as well. So that's the books I've got. Keep your lovely comments coming. I'm going to drive to this amazing village and we'll have a wander around that, and we'll talk about something about YouTube, but which applies to everybody, which is a really good idea. What a few people have talked about. I've picked it up in the comments. A few people have talked about this, and it's definitely worth telling you. All right, I'll see you when we get there. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to get there. I've had to wait for ages for the traffic to come past. It is so busy on here, like most of these places I come to. This is the beautiful village of Wentworth, and can you believe it's just a few miles away from Rotherham town centre. It was part of the massive, powerful Wentworth estate, and most of the people that lived in this village sort of worked in the mines that were underneath the huge house, which I'm about to show you in a little bit. Look at this here on the right, coming up Paradise Square. It's beautiful. There's somebody sat in the garden, so I'm not going to film them. Imagine living there. Imagine living there if there wasn't this main road going through. I might turn round because there's I'm going to turn round and go up this way because there's a lovely road that goes up the back and it'll be a bit more peaceful. It's a lot quieter up here. There's lots of beautiful walks around here as well. There's loads of follies because the Earl of Rockingham, he built loads of these. He'd got too much money basically. He didn't know what to spend his money on, so he built these follies all over in the woods and the fields and stuff. If you watch my sister's vlog on that, Rebecca's, she goes into detail on it. You know, in the last year or so, I've really started to understand when people talk about over-tourism, and I've really started to have symphony. I've started having some of that symphony. I've been listening to Mahler's Second Symphony, that's where that's come from. Look at me. No, I started to have sympathy for people because this is a gorgeous place. But down on that main road, the fumes, you can feel the fumes and the noise but yeah, here I am, part of it. And I was reading an article this morning about the stepping stones at Dovedale, how it's been completely ruined. I don't know the answer to this, and I filmed a vlog yesterday in Holmfirth. That's going on the main channel soon. And I talked about it because we've all got rights to go to these places. They're for everybody. How do we sort it out? But Holmfirth yesterday was a nightmare with the traffic, and it's just sitting traffic and all the noise pollution. I don't know what the solution is. You know, in the places like the Cotswolds, it can be terrible. You imagine living there. You know, you're in this beautiful place, but then why should you keep it to yourself? I don't know. What's the answer? I think overpopulation is a problem, and yet we're letting our population grow beyond all recognition. And mainly a lot of those people don't have any sort of respect for our countryside and for our country and our heritage. It's something that's very important to me because I see it getting eroded. Anyway, I'm going off on one, aren't I? I don't want to go off on one. I certainly don't want to get political. But I worry about it. I want all this for my daughter and my grandkids and everything, and I worry that it's not going to be here because what does the future hold? Maybe I'm a pessimist, I don't know. Over in the distance there, you've got the massive Wentworth Garden Centre. That's partly to blame, I guess. There's a car park where I'm parked actually, so here I am being a hypocrite again. But behind there's a car park. It's massive. The amount of people that go to that garden centre, it's like a gold mine, that business. But it's hard to believe, isn't it? I'll probably keep going on about it. I've just looked. Rotherham Town Centre, and we all know what that's like. Rotherham Town Centre is just 4 miles that way. There's some gorgeous parts of Rotherham, absolutely lovely. It's mainly town centres that are just crap, isn't it? Well, a lot of them. So I'm just walking down back to the main road, and I'm going to cross straight over and show you something absolutely amazing. You think that village is beautiful. Well, you want to see the house that belonged to the Lord of the Manor, the Earl of Rockingham. It's just across here. And here it is. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Absolutely beautiful. I'm only kidding, that's not it. That's what the 1970s did. Isn't that great, that, eh? They really were onto something in the 1970s, weren't they, with their architecture? Oh yeah. It's awe-inspiring, that. Right, we're just down here. You see this? Oh, look at that stately home. Well, that's not a stately home. That's the stables that belong to the stately home. We're not far, we're just down this driveway, and all this land for miles around belonged to this family. One of the Rockinghams was actually the Prime Minister at one point, I think. I mean, talk about how the other half lived. Right off in the distance, miles off in the distance, you can see a couple of the follies, what the Earl of Rockingham built, what he wasted his money on. As I said, watch that video of our Rebecca's. There was one where he had a bet with somebody that he could drive his horse and carriage through the eye of a needle. Obviously, I think he was probably drunk when he took that bet. And the person thought, well, that's stupid, so I'll take that bet with you. So he built he built a huge needle monument. It's round here somewhere. I'll try and find a photo. It's on Rebecca's vlog, and he drove his horse and carriage through it. Absolutely mental. And there's in that that structure, there's all bullet holes from where some historians believe there was possibly an execution many years ago. We're getting closer. You can just see it peering over there behind the trees. Here we are. What do you reckon to that? You imagine coming home to that? You'd have some good dinner parties, wouldn't you? Wentworth Woodhouse is one of Britain's best kept secrets. It's absolutely enormous. It's tucked behind the village of Wentworth. This grand stately home has the longest facade front. It's got the longest front of any country house in Europe. It's over 600 feet, that facade. It was built in the 18th century for the Marquesses of Rockingham. Like I said, one of them became the Prime Minister. It's got over 300 rooms, and they're still finding rooms. During World War II, it was used by the military as a hospital. I think it was a hospital. And then it later became a teacher training college, of all things. It got left to rack and ruin, but fortunately it's now been lovingly restored. A few years ago, not that long, I don't know exactly, but whatever, 10 years ago, something like that, you could have bought it for £1. Can you believe that? But there was one sort of caveat to that. There's actually a statue inside, and it was sculpted by, I can't remember his name, a famous Italian sculptor who sculpted some of the figures on the Trevi fountain, and that's inside. I will go and show it you because I think it's in the reception area. You can go and see that. The deal was buy the house for £1, but it comes with a statue, and that's 6 million or something like that. I may have got them figures wrong, but it's really suffered with subsidence because there was a lot of, right, I might have these details wrong, but there's something I remember about the Earl of Rockingham that got into a dispute with the local council, and there was a councillor who, to get back to him, he allowed mining to come right up to the front door of the house, and it caused all this subsidence, and they've had a lot of problems with it. My mum and dad will even tell you name at council that let that happen. I'm not sure when this happened. It may have been in 50s or something like that. As I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a dispute, and this one selfish act by a councillor almost ruined a beautiful stately home that belongs to everybody now, that we all sort of can enjoy. I'm going to go inside and we'll see if there's that statue, see if I can see it. What else do I want to say? So, at the beginning of my vlogging days, 2 years ago on my main channel, I wanted to do a video here, and I made a fairly substantial donation to the charity because I think it's important to preserve our heritage, as I talk about, on the proviso that I could spend some time, this is me wheeling and dealing, on the proviso I could spend some time with the head archivist, and he would do me a private tour. So that's what we did. We had a private tour. I came with my mum and I came with my sister, and I recorded it, and I mic'd everybody up. I put a lot of effort into it, and I did it wrong. So we'd got no audio, and it would have been a brilliant video. Anyway, I've learnt my lesson now. So maybe I'll do it again at some point, who knows. Just another thing there, just above those fantastic columns, there's a Latin inscription which says Mea Gloria Fides, or Fides, which translated, it was the motto of the Rockingham family, which translates to faith is my glory. Of course, they were very religious back then. They even built the church, which I'm going to look at next. And they actually built that so for a family wedding, I believe, and there's a path straight through the back doors to the church. I don't know if we can go there, we might have to go round, but we'll go and have a look. So we're inside, and the statue I was talking about, I think is this one. There's got to be a sign. Where's your sign? Yeah, it's that one. It's German. What's it say that? Germanios or something. And that is quite a valuable piece. So buy the house, but you've got to buy that. So this room here won't have been the original entrance. This was made later on, I think. I think it would have been higher up. But there was one of the Earls of Rockingham had a bit of a obsession with, bloody hell, with Greek sort of icons and things. There's another one there. You've got a cafe through that way, and as I said, you can go on private tours, or you can go. There's all different levels of tours that you can go, and it's really well worth it. Yeah, so that was a brief look in that area. The main entrance would have been up on that level. I don't know if you can go up. Can we go up? No, they've put benches across so you can't go up. But there's a massive, fantastic, great hall up there, and they've used it on lots of film sets, you know, like Downton Abbey and stuff like that. When you come, they have these little buses and things to get you around the grounds. Unfortunately, I don't have time, and I've been on the tour, I've been on a couple of times actually. I need to get this video edited. But if you go through on the tour and you go out the back door, there's a straight path that walks you through the village directly to the church. And I think they had that built for one particular wedding, one of the Earl's daughters or something like that. I can't go there, but I can sort of go around the corner and sort of join it halfway. And that's what we'll do now. We'll go and look at the church, Wentworth Church. Hey, who'd have thought? Rotherham. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm in awe every time I see it. Could you imagine back in the day, all with the ball gowns on and the gentlemen in all their finery, all being posh? You can't imagine having that much money. Imagine building a house like that. It's insane, isn't it? So we're just heading back down the main road to the church. I'm having to loop around near the garden centre. So I've not really talked much YouTube stuff, have I, really, on this one? It's coming up with ideas. Yeah, I've got a few things what people have said in the comments, so we can talk about that. I mean, I'm a massive advocate for YouTube. I'm going to be, aren't I? This is my job. It's a good job. And it can be a little bit, I'm not going to say stressful. It is a sort of stress, but not, I mean, this isn't stressful, is it? But do you know what I mean? Coming up with ideas all the time. So I'm going away with Helly Bobs this weekend. And she's saying where we're going, and I don't know where we're going. We've got to find somewhere, then I've got to sort out like camping and stuff like that. But I always like to find somewhere that's a certain type of place, somewhere that's probably got some history, good pubs, you know, and just lots of interesting stuff, and maybe some charity shops and stuff like that. This is a beautiful walk down to the Holy Trinity Church. The daffodils have gone just about now, but they normally line the path all the way down. It's a lovely walk, isn't it? And the last time I was in the graveyard, there were loads of rooks. They really add to the ambience. I think one way quite a few of you use YouTube is to share your family memories and occasions and things like that with relatives that have moved away. Nostalgia is a massive thing as well. So you'll get people, and I see this a lot, they've maybe moved to Australia or America or something like that, and they love to see the old towns and villages. This would be a perfect example, wouldn't it? If you remember Wentworth from your childhood, but you live at the other side of the world, well, friends and family can come and take a little film and share it with you. And the beauty of that is it doesn't have to be seen by the rest of the world. You can put it on the settings so it's private, and only the people that you send that link to, they're the only people that can see the video, and they can comment and stuff like that. So, if you're having a family event or a party, you could even live stream it, or at least you could share it with people that can't be there. I love the sounds of nature, and these microphones unfortunately are not as good at picking it up. So I've got a professional, I said professional, it's not that expensive or anything, but it's a professional recorder for recording sort of ambient sounds. And I keep meaning to bring it with me. I forget every time. It would have been perfect today. I bet when we get to this graveyard, there'll be loads of lovely bird sounds, but hopefully we can still pick it all up on this microphone. This is the Holy Trinity Church, and it's a stunning Victorian building. It looks older than it actually is. It was built in the 1870s by the Wentworth family, and it's actually a replacement for the much older medieval church, which still stands next door, I believe. Well, they won't have moved it. We'll have to try and find that. I'm going to have a walk through the graveyard, as I always do. I did vlog here well over a year ago, right at the beginning of my vlogging days. I did a vlog from Wentworth, and I know our Rebecca's done a few here as well. I keep tripping over my own feet. When you're walking around and you're not watching what you're doing, because I'm holding camera and filming, and I don't notice if there's like a little hole in the ground or something. Right. I've spoke to a lady in the church, and she's told me that the ruins are down this way, but she's not sure whether they're open or not, so we'll go and have a look. So they are behind here, I think, behind this lovely cherry blossom. I do like a bit of cherry blossom. Oh, it's open, historic church open. Let's go and have a look. This dates back to the 13th century. You imagine the history that this place has seen. Look at the old crests that are all sort of worn away. It's so sad, isn't it? And do you know what's wonderful? Look at the texture. It sounded very profound then, didn't I? Look at the texture on that there. I'm going to go and have a look inside. Wow. It's really cold in here. There's so much for Helen to read here. Thomas Wentworth, Earl of Strafford, Viscount Wentworth, Baron Wentworth of Wentworth Woodhouse. I can't read that next word. Lord Lieutenant of Ireland, Lord President of the North of England, and Knight of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. His birth was upon Good Friday, the 13th of April, 1593. His death upon the 12th of May, 1641. His soul, through the mercy of God, I can't see that, lies in, and then I can't really read rest. Something, never die in their kingdom. I think that says at the bottom. This is why we like to go in churches, because the history, this needs preserving, doesn't it? This is our heritage, this is our history, and we should always work to preserve it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog, today's vlog. It's Friday, it's beautiful. We need to get out there and really appreciate our towns and villages, our countryside. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow, but I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog, same time. If you've got any ideas, things you'd like me to do, drop them in the comments. All right, see ya. Civi.